What's going on, everybody? We just had a crazy rainstorm here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's past now, but it was really coming down for a little bit there. My rain barrel is overflowing, and when it was coming down, it was just gushing out of the overflow on it. But I'm out here now doing a little harvesting. I've already got the tomatoes and the cucumbers and a few peppers taken care of. So I'm still on my tomato grind if you saw one of my last videos. But what's up next is this little tower of biquinho peppers. And these things are really cool. I know that I have kind of featured these plants in a short last week, as well as the video where I got them going. But if you're new here, I wanted to show these plants as I'm harvesting them just because they're being so productive right now, and I couldn't help but share. So if you didn't see my short, let me give you a quick overview of these peppers. They're called biquinhos, and they're from Brazil. Biquinho actually means little beak pepper, and I think you can probably guess why they're called that. They look like they have these little beaks on them. Even though they're in the Chinense species, they're only 500 Scoville, which is very mild. So like 1/10 the heat of a jalapeno, and they have a really nice flavor to them. So they're great just for snacking on, or using them as garnishes on drinks or charcuterie boards, anything like that. They're really pretty though. They're almost like an ornamental pepper when you grow them, just to see all these colorful biquinhos hanging down off them. It looks really pretty. They almost look like ornaments hanging off of the plants. This planter that they're in actually came from Aldi. I think it was 12 bucks in their seasonal aisle, and it's perfect for these. I think each of the kind of cups, if you will, that they're in are about a gallon. And this is a petite variety, so I've never really grown these in very big pots. They don't get much bigger than this, but what they lack for in size, they make up for in productivity. As you can see, we're just loaded down with biquinho peppers here. Even the ones that are unripe, there's a ton of, not to mention all of the ripe ones we see on here. The plants are easy to care for though. Like most of my peppers, they like full sun, and I actually have these in a part of my garden that gets extreme sun. Most afternoons they're very wilted, but then once I give them a little water, they perk right back up, and they seem to have been doing well. The first year that I grew biquinhos, I've been growing them about 4 years now. The first year I was worried with how slow they were growing. I thought I was doing something wrong, but I've come to learn that that's just kind of the nature of these petite plants. Since they are small, they don't grow quite as fast as the big plants. So if yours are growing slow, don't worry too much about it. And if you haven't been able to tell by now, they do come in red and yellow. So it's same species, same variety, but you can get seeds for red biquinhos and yellow biquinhos. I've got a variety pack of these, and I actually started them in my aerogarden. That video is on my page. So I have 9 plants in this planter that I mentioned. It has 9 slots, and I just got a mix of red and yellow biquinhos. So now that I've got some shots of them all hanging on the plants and just how nice they look, I'm about to get to picking these. Again, you can see why these are called little beak. They have that little beak on them. They look like a bird's head, kind of. And to harvest these, I'm gonna start at the top. And with this variety, I found them very simple to just pull, and they just pop right off. It might not be the best way to pick them, but it would take forever to use clippers and clip all of these off. I have so many of them. So I'm just gonna, bounce around, pick all these off, maybe eat a few along the way. I do just eat some of these normally when I'm out here and pulling them off the plants, or walking by, I will pull a couple to eat. They're pretty good, just raw. I don't really tell a difference between the yellow and the reds. That's a question that people have asked me. To me, they taste about the same. Sometimes you'll get one that tastes a little different, but they seem to have random ones in the yellow and reds that might be sweeter or a little spicier than the other ones. So yeah, overall, not a big difference between the yellow and the reds. If you let them get a little overripe, they will split, but they still taste fine as long as they don't get moldy or anything like that. One of the ways that these are kind of traditionally eaten, it seems like, is pickled. So I have seen them before sold in the store as a little jar of like sweetie drops, they'll call it, and they're really good pickled. I've pickled a couple of them at home before, and I liked them a lot. They're really good. Another way is just like I mentioned before, on charcuterie boards, but in cocktails, they're actually kind of becoming a thing. So in place of your olives and your martinis, you might start seeing biquinhos if you're at a trendy enough bar. So that's one interesting spot these things are ending up. All right, beautiful biquinho haul to add to my basket. This is the second harvest of biquinhos that I've gotten from these plants, and as you can see, there's quite a few unripe ones on there still. So I'm looking forward to having these for the rest of the summer. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with all these. I've got some ideas. I know a bunch of them will end up just getting snacked on, but if you have any creative ideas, maybe I'll make a video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is somewhat redundant to my short, but these plants are really cool. Let me know if you want to see more just harvest videos like this. Thanks again.